How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Tesla is up pretty big today. They're up over 6% at the time of this recording. They've been up over 7%. And there are a couple reasons for this, but I want to go over why it's up and then also the mistake that I made with Tesla and selling some of my shares. So we're going to get into all that, but before we do, if you don't mind hitting the like button, it really helps out the channel. Not doing anything else besides just getting right into it today. It's pretty quick. So let me know your comments too below on Tesla and whether you're buying more or selling or whatever you're doing. So Tesla is up to over $1,750 per share. So when I saw that it was up over $1,700 this morning, I thought that was just crazy. We've never hit this point before, and we blew past $1,700 up to $1,758 right now. And there are a couple reasons, like I said. So Tesla released the registrations for China in July, and Tesla doesn't actually do this. This data is from the China Automotive Information Net. So this is being reported by a lot of different companies right now, but they actually decreased registrations from about 15,000 down to 12,500 in July. So a little bit of a decrease. And June was a record-setting month. So people didn't really expect them to beat this, but a lot of the investors wanted to see the momentum continue. And this is kind of interesting because they decreased the deliveries or the registrations in China. This is the news that came out today. And yet the stock price is increasing. So some people might be confused, but I think what we're seeing is a very large amount of cars being sold in China, which is good. The other thing is, we're seeing some of Wall Street jump in on the stock and give more bullish estimates. So if we look here, Bank of America upgrades Tesla and sees 8% upside over the next year after more than doubling its target price. So they increased their target price to $1,750 from $800. Now, of course, we went right through this, right? So this was from Friday. We went right through this $1,750 and jumped pretty much right to it after today or during today. But what we're seeing is some of these large corporations and some of these large investment banks that weren't bullish on the stock before are starting to get interested in it. So before, what we had was a lot of retail investors that were really excited about the stock, but there wasn't much from Wall Street. A lot of them were saying $200, $300 a share. Some of the more bullish companies were saying $400 or $500, but we're at $1,500 a share a couple days ago. So that doesn't really add up. Now, we also got something today that says that one of the analysts raised their price to $1,900 a share. So that's their target. So if you've seen Wedbush, another Wall Street company that is betting on the stock, they're saying that they believe it's worth a lot more. Their exact quote was, "We continue to believe EV demand in China is starting to accelerate in July, August, with Tesla competing with a number of domestic and international competitors for market share, with Giga 3 remaining the linchpin for success, which remains the prize that Musk and Tesla are laser focused on capturing." What they're saying is NIO and some other competitors are still vying for position in China, but Tesla's doing a pretty good job. They're still selling a significant amount of cars with over 11,000 deliveries. And this is just another Wall Street company that is betting on Tesla. Now, if we continue to see this, I think the price is going to continue to increase. It's going to be something where it might be too late by the time you invest if you don't invest somewhat soon, because if Wall Street keeps on betting on it and they start investing in it, up until recently, they haven't really been that bullish on Tesla. They've thought that it's overpriced. They don't see the vision like retail investors see. They see numbers. That's what their job is. Their job is to evaluate companies, try to be able to make money in the short term, not just the long term. When you think about like a lot of hedge funds, they have to hit numbers year after year. And betting on something like Tesla, which is already up significantly, is a tough thing for them to do. Now, personally, I made a mistake with Tesla. It was somewhat of a minor mistake just because it didn't cost me much money. But what I did was I've been moving over part of my portfolio from Robinhood to my M1 Finance portfolio. So I've said this every week when I buy M1 Finance stocks and I talk about it on Wednesday. I've been selling parts of my Robinhood portfolio. I don't love selling and moving over. I would rather just add positions, but I'm trying to save up for a house too. So I'm trying to show you what I think is of value each week. So what I've been doing was I had been selling mostly my dividend stocks and then moving over to different better positions, I think, in my M1 stocks. So that has been what I've been doing. However, I saw Tesla was up significantly recently on the news of the stock split. So they announced that they were going to do a stock split, and it shot up dramatically after hours that day. I've actually done a video to it, so I'll put it here if you want to see that. But they're doing a 5-1 stock split, and I thought it was irrational that the stock jumped so much just based on that news, because a stock split doesn't inherently add any more value. It might make it easier for some people to buy if they're on brokerages that can't get fractional shares, but I didn't think that it would really stay at that price. I thought that was irrational that the stock price was going up so much just based on the stock split news. So I sold out of a small position. It was only a tenth of a share, but still, $150, $200. And I sold out of it thinking that I could buy back in probably in a day or two once the stock went back down a little bit. And I was okay with the risk of it because I thought that I had already made about 100% on that share, or that tenth of a share. So I was okay with it, but I got out of the position thinking that I could buy more at a lower price just because of some news. But what I kind of forgot was Tesla is a totally, completely different beast. Even though that it went up irrationally on some stock split news, there could be new news that came out the next day or the day after that would push the price up even higher. And I lost out on maybe 20% because I sold it, I think, around 1,500 or so. And I lost out on that extra increase. Now, it's not that large a difference, so I maybe missed out on $20, $30. But if this was the large position, then that would have really screwed me over. So that would have really sucked if I had $10,000, $20, $30, $50, $100, $1 million in the shares or in the stock. And this is something where if you feel good about a long-term company, don't sell it just based on the fact that you think that it's going to go down in price for this or that. I'm not a short-term trader. That's not what I do. I am somewhat okay with what I did, though, just because I did move it to other positions. I didn't do it solely based on the fact that I thought Tesla was going to dip. So I wanted to free up some capital for dividend stocks. So I didn't miss out completely because some of those other stocks have appreciated in value. I think they're going to do really well too. It's just that's kind of looking back on it, that's something that I wish I wouldn't have done if I had known what was going to happen. So that's just something to consider if you're thinking about selling out of Tesla because it's up, or think about selling out of any other stock because it's up. Be careful. If it's a long-term play and you think that's going to continue to go up in price, I would reconsider selling it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for leaving the thumbs up. If you want to support the channel in any way, there are a lot of links down there. You can join our Patreon. We have new members every week, honestly. I think we're up to 6 members right now. So it's really a cool little community. I tell you when I buy and sell stocks. I let you know what I'm thinking about stocks. And then everyone else is, starting their investing journey, or they're further along even than I am. So it's kind of a cool mix of people in there. So if you want to use that, the link down there is to Patreon. Otherwise, if you want to start investing, there are a couple links down there too to get some free stocks or just start out. M1 is my favorite investing app, and I do weekly videos where I buy stocks on M1 Finance. So definitely check that out. Thank you guys so much. Let me know what you think about this news, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.